Rockcut architecture is a creation of structures, buildings, and sculptures by excavating solid rock where it naturally occurs. Rockcut architecture is designed and made by man from start to finish. In India and China, the terms cave and cavern are often applied to this form of man-made architecture. However, caves and caverns that began in natural form are not considered to be rockcut architecture, even if extensively modified. Although rockcut structures differ from traditionally built structures in many ways, many rockcut structures are made to replicate the facade or interior of traditional architectural forms. Interiors were usually carved out by starting at the roof of the planned space and then working downwards. This technique prevents stone falling on the workers below. The three main uses of rockcut architecture are temples like those in India, tombs like those in Petra, Jordan, and cave dwellings like those in Cappadocia, Turkey. Some rockcut architecture, mostly for tombs, is excavated entirely in chambers under the surface of relatively leveled rock. If the excavation is instead made into the side of a cliff or steep slope, there can be an impressive facade as found in lessened tombs, Petra, Ajanta, and elsewhere. The most laborious and impressive rockcut architecture is the excavation of tall, freestanding monolithic structures entirely below the surface level of the surrounding rock. In a large excavated hole around the structure, Ellora in India and Lalibela in Ethiopia provide the most spectacular and famous examples of such structures. Rockcut architecture, though intensely laborious with ancient tools and methods, has created impressive facades like the ones we see in the Longmen Grottos or Longmen Shiku structures in Henan Province, China, and the Abu Simbel temples in Nubia, southern Egypt. In conducting our research, we defined a timeline based on findings from historians and archaeologists, categorizing the timeline into three different periods: ancient, from 4000 BC to 1100 AD, medieval, from 1200 AD to 1600 AD, and finally modern, from 1700 AD to 1900 AD.
አራተኛው ክፍለ ዘመን አብርሃ ወአጽብሃ የሚባሉ ወንድማማቾች ናቸው። ንጉሶች ናቸው እና መጀመሪያ ተሰሜን መጡ። ያረፉት የረር ጋራ ላይ ነበር። ከዚያ ደግሞ ይሄንን ጎበኙ፣ መጡ፣ አዩ፣ ይሄንን አነጹ።
From the various ancient rock-cut architectures in Ethiopia, we chose Washa Mikeal as our research site. In the present day, Washa Mikeal is a partially demolished monolithic rock-hewn church. It has a west-facing facade, which also acts as an entry point into the structure. Unlike most other rock-hewn churches, Washa Mikeal is constructed using a three-sided trench. The east side is embedded in the natural living rock. During our first phase of research of Washa Mikeal, we derived four different theories. First, is the structure categorized under ancient monolithic rock-cut architecture? Second, was it originally intended for church use? Third, has the main part of the church design been concealed under the rubble? And finally, has the construction on the structure been completed? That's why the reconstruction shows the different architectural qualities that make Washa Mikeal different. Unique features such as the incomplete interior and architectural elements that complement the design. one of which is the use of top windows, which are ideal for lighting and ventilation. The reconstruction clearly shows the details of the top window, which is located approximately 6.3 meters above ground. It also shows how these windows help create an awe-inspiring feeling in the interior as a result of light bouncing off the ceiling and being diffused into the space. Apart from aiding us in comprehending the architectural details better, the reconstruction also helps us in recreating the overall form, taking us back in time to a period where the structure was in optimum condition. Another observation we have found is that not only is the construction incomplete, but the design lacks all the programs required for it to be a church. This led us to investigate further. The original plan on the right shows the incomplete construction of the design with respect to its architectural characters and how the landscape is integrated into the interior. Putting these into consideration, we have produced the final reconstructed plan showing how we imagine the church would have appeared as a complete structure. With respect to Washa Mikeal's position in the general timeline, we have concluded that it's categorized under ancient rock-cut architecture. This is due to its architectural qualities, namely the orientation of the plan resembling ancient basilica churches and its architectural elements such as the columns adapting post-Aksumite construction techniques. In regards to the church's construction, we have deduced that it is incomplete due to natural hindrances, mainly the stone typology. The northeastern and southeastern walls of the structure are limestone, while the eastern face is composed of basalt stone, making it difficult to chisel and therefore complete the structure. The conservation effort on cultural heritage is a sector that needs the most attention, especially in respect to Washa Mikeal Church, due to its deteriorating state, though presently that isn't the case. That's why we have documented the current state of the structure using video documentation, photogrammetry, 3D modeling, animations, and a walkthrough of selected architectural elements. We hope that this will shed some light on the importance of Washa Mikeal on Ethiopia's ancient rock-cut heritage and facilitate efforts towards its conservation.